And Jeff starts now.
It's the time of the season for Up North at 4. Let's go. Jeff and I will talk weekends, including my trip to the highest point in Wisconsin and Jeff's time at his lake house, I think. Plus, I will chat with Lee Powell from the Washington Post. He just put out a piece on Wausau's crucial role in the 2020 election. And I know it's Monday, but there are a few videos I have to show you guys in a Monday edition of Wednesday What. We'll get to all of that in a bit, but first, here's your top 4 at 4. Yesterday, the bleachers at the Phillips Athletic Field were set on fire. Here's an image of the blaze. The Phillips Police Department is nearly done with its investigation. Nearby residents said kids caused the fire. And here's the image of the melted bleachers. We will have more on this story at Newswatch 12 at 5 and 6. The annual Oneida County Fair raffle will be held this weekend, and they have some great prizes for us. The raffle is used to raise money for the fair. This year, there are 11 prizes, so 11 winners. The tickets are available at Tom's Drawing Board at 52 North Brown Street for $5 each or $5 for $20. The prizes are displayed in the store window if you want to check them out, and the drawing will be on Facebook Live on the Oneida County Fair's page on August 28th at 7 p.m. Organizers hope to bring back the fair better than ever in 2021. Soon, ATVers in Langlade County will be able to ride on most county roads. This was passed by the county board last week. Right now, appropriate signage is still being put up, but as soon as that's done, ATVers can ride on those county roads. The Wisconsin DNR unveiled its winners for the 2021 bird hunting stamp contest. There were 2 winners, and they both live in the Northwoods. Here's the winning waterfowl stamp featuring 2 pin-tailed ducks, creation from Caleb Metric. And here's Bob Metropolis's pheasant stamp. He's from Arbor Vitae. And then we got to look at the turkey stamp. That's by Caleb Metric again. So we will meet both Caleb and Bob later this week right here on Up North at 4. So stay tuned for that. Chief Meteorologist Jeff Weller joins us now. Jeff, happy Monday.
Hey Dan, yeah, plenty of fog this morning. That quickly lifted, and then lots of sunshine out there right now. There's a couple hiccups to get through tonight and tomorrow with thunderstorms, but until then, warm temperatures back in the 80s, generally through Wednesday into Thursday of this week. Okay, out there now, it's 81 in Rhinelander, a northwest breeze at 7, and at Dew Point there, look at that, 65. It's muggy outside right now. Over in Wausau, 82 for you. Congratulations. A west breeze at 10, and a feel like temperature of 84 because the Dew Point is so darn high at 65 out there right now. Okay, around the horn, everybody's having a very comfortable day, but notice to the west of us, 70s up there, right? That's some rain-cooled air in that area, and there are some showers out there right now, but here are the dew points, a measure of how muggy it feels, right? 71 Arbor Vitae right now, 66 in Merrill, 69 for Leona. It's muggy. It feels like Key West outside right now, and that's fuel for thunderstorms tonight and throughout the day tomorrow. But here's the trend. So 81 tomorrow, 84 for us on Wednesday, and a slow decline. So 80 on Thursday, those are 70s on Friday. That's a 69 on Saturday under partly cloudy skies on Saturday afternoon. But we have to dodge a few thunderstorms tonight and throughout the day tomorrow. Really into Wednesday too, and a couple of those could get kind of squirrely tonight. So here's the area of most concern this evening, namely across parts of central Wisconsin, but that does not leave out the Northwoods tonight. Tomorrow it kind of shifts up in our neck of the woods with more weather coming through tomorrow. Although much of tomorrow should stay dry, the threat tomorrow is going to be tomorrow evening into the overnight hours tomorrow night. Okay, looking outside right now, we got this going on. So pockets of sunshine here at Oneida County or to Langlade County and Merrill too. But you see what's filling into the west of us, right? Those are thunderstorms out there right now, and they're gaining in intensity. So if you get under one of these, the trajectory, they're training over each other, one after another after another. So get ready for heavy rainfall tonight and locally some flooding. So here are the threats this evening. Hail, wind threats up there, yes. Heavy rains possible by tomorrow morning, and we'll keep that chance around through the day tomorrow as well. The forecast then for tonight, though, is showers and storms out there widely scattered with low temperatures down near 61. Your full forecast at 5 o'clock.
Update your home and get 11% off Jeld-Wen windows from Menards. Check out our great selection of over 140 in-stock sizes and styles of single-hung, double-hung, sliding, and casement windows. All 11% off. Update your floors with Mohawk. Choose from waterproof vinyl plank, durable laminate, or easy-to-install sheet vinyl. Get 11% off all Mohawk flooring. Save with 11% off everything at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Hit the green while taking in the beautiful backdrop of Michigan's Upper Peninsula. Young's Golf and Recreation has a challenging course for all skill levels. With scenic views and a sprawling landscape, you'll feel like you're on your own personal course. Enjoy the 19th hole at the Firebrick Bar and Grill for unique pub-style food and drinks. Keep the fun going over a weekend with a cabin and pontoon rental on Chicagoan Lake. Experience Young's Golf and Recreation and get away today.
Who hasn't felt protective lately? Of our families, our communities, our resources? In times like these, we all fight to make sure our people are safe. But when your people, your family, your community is made up of millions of cancer patients and their families, keeping them safe takes everyone's help.
This summer, get back in the driver's seat. Your Honda dealer is open and ready to get you into a new Honda today. Like the versatile HR-V or the fun-to-drive CR-V. Visit the Honda Summer Clearance Event and get a great deal from Honda, KBB.com's 2020 Best Value Brand. Hurry in for a great deal on the HR-V. The Honda Summer Clearance Event ends soon.
Welcome back to Up North at 4. Jeff, how was your weekend?
Look at that fancy new preview.
I know, wasn't that nice?
Where did that come from?
I want to say, I tried to talk with you earlier, like, hey, Jeff, how was your weekend? Maybe I could get a picture together. But you were just too busy. You had no time for me this morning.
Yeah, today's a busy day because if you don't know at home, we also do the weather forecast for our sister station in Maine, right? Well, Maine has severe weather today. So I've been busy, glued to the radar, breaking into their programming, that kind of stuff, doing busy stuff today. So
but
it's finally dying down now.
How was your weekend, though?
A busy weekend. So lots of time at the dog park. Theo, my dog, turned 7 months old, right? So it's puppy training time.
Okay, did you get him anything for his...
Well, it turns out there's a whole world in dog park world.
Okay.
Like, seriously, everybody has their dogs, right? And then they all have different personalities, and you become like a community within the dog park. It's so strange.
That is very strange.
I also played a prank on my neighbors.
Okay.
So my neighbors, they know this, so I can say this, but my neighbors have these 2 tomato plants that just are not growing. They're just not growing. And they're always talking about how they're not growing. So I went to Triggs and bought tomatoes on a vine and then hung them on the tomato plant. So they came home,
You know
and
what's
magically
funny?
they had a whole bunch of vine-ripened tomatoes.
This is not what we were planning on talking about at all, but when I was in college, I took a plant physiology class, and we had to grow a tomato plant. And our tomato plant was so feeble and sickly that I taped on cherry tomatoes for the final exam. So kind of a similar vein of thought there.
Oh gosh, so yeah, it made my day because
Okay, cool.
they came home and the big ripe tomatoes on the vine, and they're like, where'd those come from? But they knew it was me. They know my personality. So,
That's fun.
but that's that. I mean, it's really been a busy weekend. You though had other stuff going on, right?
Yeah, I had a fun weekend. I went to Timms Hill. I got a couple pictures here for us of Timms Hill. It's the highest natural peak in Wisconsin. It's 1,951 feet tall, and it's in Phillips, Wisconsin.
Yep,
I really had no idea that this was here.
And is that a hint of color in those trees right there? Do you see that picture?
Let me see.
Paul can go back one. I'm not sure if you can or not. But,
Yeah, it's kind of a loop. But anyway, I didn't.
That one. See, look at there's a bit of color in those trees
I
right
didn't.
now.
I didn't take that picture, to be
Oh,
completely honest.
geez,
I didn't
man.
bring my phone, so sorry to mislead you. And I also want to own up to something last week that I misled the viewers.
What'd you do?
It was on Monday. All right. So Jeff, I want to play this quick clip of us last Monday. Let's roll the tape.
Let's see what happens this week. So Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday,
will be interview heavy, and we're going to do a fun job with it.
Exactly. Well, we will try to do our best with that. If you want to skip those days, I understand. We'll see you back on Friday.
So time for me to come clean. I anticipated we'd talk Tuesday through Thursday. However, we did not have internet on Thursday. I had to switch Thursday and Friday, so I want to apologize for some of our viewers who came back on Friday anticipating no politics and received a lot of politics.
You know, booking guests was a nightmare last week.
It was very tough.
Between scheduling concerns, stuff going on, power outages here, down internet.
It's tough.
You know, it was like a circus trying to get people to accept our interview requests. So good job putting it all together.
Thank you.
It finally came together with some good shows on Thursday and Friday. But you're right. It was a goofy week last week for sure.
And I want to have another kind of frank conversation with our viewers, if I may. I'd like to highlight some local races, okay? So last week we talked about, some, national races and congressional races with Mr. Tiffany and Ms. Zunker, but there's a lot of local races going on. We're seeing a couple pictures of the candidates right now. That's Ed Vokey. He's running for state senate up here. And I think, there's Mary Felskowski, she's also running for state senate. Rob Swearingen, he's running for re-election in assembly. And I think Kirk Bangstad is next. He's running for assembly. So I'd like to, highlight some of those races going forward. Part of my reasoning for this is there's not many local events that I'd like to highlight. I think that's more of the purpose of this show. But in lieu of that, and with a big election coming up this November, I feel like it's appropriate. But if the viewers want to let me know otherwise, if you really don't want to see that, my email is on the bottom of the screen.
I think we can do it. If we focus on extreme local politics without pulling the national stuff into it, I think it leads to a very interesting conversation.
I think that's a big part of the show is just highlighting local things, whether it's politics or events. And there aren't any events right now, so we might as well.
There's some.
There's some, right. But, there's more time for us to do other things. Okay, we are way over time, Jeff. We will talk about politics actually a little bit today, but very different than last week. I'll be joined by Washington Post video reporter Lee Powell and talk about his latest story on Wausau. That's next.
I like to drive. I used to think I was a pretty good driver.
But now Joe Biden's taken a sharp left turn. Buckle up for his $4 trillion tax hike. Biden's plan raises taxes on small business, reversing the recovery. He's pledged to eliminate blue-collar oil and gas jobs. And analysts estimate stocks would crash up to 25% if Biden takes the wheel, crushing your retirement.
This is just bold.
Hit the brakes on Biden. He'll wreck our economy. Club for Growth Action is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Pursue your passion for helping others with an education in healthcare from Nicolet College. With more than a dozen options available in key healthcare areas, you'll find a program that's right for you. Nicolet offers the latest in interactive technology, hands-on training, and online flexibility to fit your schedule. You'll benefit from low tuition costs and financial assistance. Start making a difference with a career in healthcare. Register now at nicoletcollege.edu.
Everyone sleeps at Tomahawk Furniture and Gun with prices so low you'll have to bend over to see them. Prices that'll make your eyes pop out. Want to sleep watching TV? Check out our recliners. You want to pass out face first in a sofa? Check out our sofas. And beds. We've got beds. Check us out. Prices so low you'll think we're crazy. Because everyone sleeps at Tomahawk Furniture and Gun.
It was in February. I was playing pond hockey and literally had to be helped up. I was in constant pain after that. So I came to Dr. Drager and they started me on the laser treatment. I realized as I've gone through this, every day I was feeling better, and I am so happy with coming to see Dr. Drager.
Contact Drager Chiropractic in Eagle River to see if high-intensity laser treatment is right for you. Call 715-479-5995.
Welcome back to Up North at 4. I'm about to talk to Lee Powell. He's a video journalist for the Washington Post, and he put together a piece on Wausau and its crucial role in this year's election, rather. Let's take a look.
The city of 39,000 in central Wisconsin could be central to how the state swings in the 2020 election. What's happening in Wausau and the Wisconsin River Valley goes beyond politics. It's really the story of small cities all over the country, of businesses coming and going.
We were a big hub for both paper and lumber and the insurance industry. And that gave us a national profile. When the paper industry downsized, A lot of good paying jobs went with it.
All right, now I welcome Mr. Powell to the program. Lee, how are you doing today?
Great to be with you from Washington, D.C.
So you told me a little bit about your history before this. You were a reporter for the Wausau Daily Herald many years ago. What was it like returning to Wausau and kind of getting the state of things?
Well, I hadn't been back to Wausau or to central Wisconsin for 22 years since the time I worked at the Daily Herald. So it was interesting being back. Some things looked sort of the same. A lot had changed in kind of the Wausau, central Wisconsin area. But it was interesting being back for this reason, to do this kind of story at this time, looking at sort of the state of politics in a crucial swing state like Wisconsin, going to sort of a place where maybe not other national reporters have necessarily gone. People go to maybe Wisconsin, around Milwaukee or around Madison, because those are the big population centers. But we went up north to central Wisconsin, to the Wausau, the Stevens Point area, to sort of see what the issues were, what was on people's minds, and kind of how things were playing out so far, leading into the November election coming up in a couple months.
So let's dig into that decision a little bit. Why decide on Wausau? Why is this playing such a crucial role this November?
Well, part of it is I had a little bit of familiarity with the area and some of the people there that I had met, reported on, and worked with 22 years ago. So I had a little bit of a sense of kind of who some of the players were, so I could kind of get there quickly and get kind of acclimated and kind of dig in faster than someone doing this from a great distance and kind of arriving there and, as we sort of say, parachute in and sort of feeling my way around a little bit before I really got started. But the more we looked at Wausau, at Marathon County, at that central part of the state, if you go back, as we did in the piece, all the way back to 1988, so 32 years ago, over those presidential elections, it's been exactly split. It's gone four ways, 4 times for a Republican, 4 times for a Democrat. So if you want to find kind of a place where there has been some split, where there has been some feelings on both sides, and it's not tilted one way or the other, that seemed like a good place. Although in the last election in 2016, it did go pretty heavily, favorably toward Donald Trump. We wanted to also explore that and see why people supported the president last time, if that support still held this time, and what may be changing, especially in times like this when we're facing a pandemic, when we're facing economic hard times. How is that all going to play out in a place like central Wisconsin and like Wausau?
Well, Lee, let's take one big step back. So you were a reporter here more than 20 years ago, and a common refrain I'm hearing is the divisiveness keeps increasing in this country. Did you sense that in Wausau? Is this a different Wausau than the one you reported on all those years ago?
I think in some ways, yes. 20 plus years ago, it was certainly a different time in terms of politics and how people felt when I was there, although it was a very short time, a little over a year, and it was not in a hard election cycle like now. You could tell people kind of were on both sides, and people, were Republicans, people were Democrats, but that didn't really seem to dominate kind of the political discussion at the time. One of the big stories I covered way back when was a big school referendum in Wausau that actually led to the building of Wausau East High School many years ago now. And that, of course, that was not a divisive party line, partisan type election. It was more about issues and, is this good for the community? Is this good for kids, for the education that we're offering? But fast forward to the time now, and what I really found was, it was interesting, when you approach people with a camera, there's a little reluctance at first, a lot of reluctance, in fact, for some people wanting to say anything at all, maybe because of how they look, how they may sound. But I found that people wanted to talk to me, but not on camera while I was rolling, and did have some thoughts and feelings, but didn't want to project that or put those out there in a time like this. They, over and over, I heard, I probably talked to 15, 20 people in the end. And most of those, didn't want to go on camera, but the overwhelming majority said, it's such a divisive, partisan time. I just feel like I couldn't be out there and say what I wanted to say without risking relationships I have either at my work, in my church, in my kids in school, or just among my family. And so, to not even really be able to express themselves, to say what they really wanted to say in a little more of a public, on the record setting, I think was telling. And it'll be interesting if that kind of holds in the other places that I'm going to go around the country leading into November, if that's something that's maybe a little unique to Wisconsin. And as one person said in the piece, it kind of goes back to maybe a little bit of our Midwestern kind of niceness and not wanting to appear divisive or have an edge necessarily, and kind of wanting to be a little nicer and, being a little more approachable and welcoming to all people.
Well, great perspective here, Leal. Thank you so much for joining us. I wish I could talk to you longer. We're running out of time, so we will have to say goodbye, but thanks again for joining the program.
Good to be with you from Washington.
Thanks, Lee. All right, we will be right back after the break with Jeff.
Northland Basement Systems is the all things basementy company. Basement waterproofing, basement finishing, basement structural repair, humidity and mold control, and nasty crawl spaces too. When it comes to basement solutions, nobody does it better than we do. Since 1991, homeowners just like you in the Northland have trusted Northland Basement Systems for all things basementy in their homes. Call Northland Basement Systems today to schedule a free home evaluation.
Who hasn't felt protective lately? Of our families, our communities, our resources? In times like these, we all fight to make sure our people are safe. But when your people, your family, your community is made up of millions of cancer patients and their families, keeping them safe takes everyone's help.
This is Dave. He donates blood regularly. This is Mason. He was diagnosed with cancer at age 3 and received weekly transfusions. Mason is one of the many lives Dave has helped save. Jennifer started donating last week. Jeff just found out he'll need surgery next week. Neither Jeff nor Jennifer know it, but her blood will help Jeff get through his surgery.
This is Lauren. She'll need a blood transfusion in 2 weeks. Will your donation save her life?
Donate today. You'll save lives tomorrow.
Donate in August for a chance to win one of 3 cutting-edge technology packages.
Classy, sexy fun, sophisticated adult entertainment. Men, women, and couples are all welcome. Now open Thursday through Saturday.
Being a woman is an asset. As long as you know that, it doesn't matter how long it takes the rest of the world to figure it out. Pursue your dreams despite the obstacles. No need to stay in your lane, just make a new one. The more you see her, the more you know.
You're watching NBC 12 from where you live.
Welcome back to Up North at 4. It's time for Wednesday What? Monday edition, Jeff. First video. This is from Wassa Area Lake, and it's taken by Mike Ferger. Watch this boater go in to the boat landing. This video, yeah, let's just take a look at it. I don't know if I should laugh, but this video, it's been shared more than 10,000 times on Facebook after being posted less than
That's on purpose?
24 hours ago. So that was on purpose. Maybe he's just trying to land. Moving on.
Okay.
Our next video is from the Chippewa Flowage in Sawyer County. This one's a lot better. On a Friday boat ride, 2 couples saw 3 cubs ride on their mother's back across the flowage.
All right, that's cool.
Isn't that awesome?
So cool.
So that's over just in Sawyer County, so pretty near here. And eventually, they'll actually make it to shore and break off for the woods. Isn't that cool?
Like, I'm tired.
I love that. I
too.
I kind of want to go back to the boat video. Can we see the boat video one more time? I just don't get what is he trying to do?
So why doesn't he cut the power right now?
I think he's just trying to land the boat. I mean,
he's trying to destroy his boat.
I don't know. Maybe he was. Maybe he was just having a bad day and wanted to get home quicker. Maybe he had a pie in the oven. You know, he didn't want it to burn or something. Well, anyway, Jeff and I will be right back. We're going to talk weather and we're going to preview some of the shows today.
Are you worried about going away to college this fall? What if you could get the same college experience closer to home? From the moment you step onto our campus to begin your bachelor's degree, we'll be there for you, supporting your dreams and saving you money. With NTC's new liberal arts transfer degree, you can start here and go anywhere. including a guaranteed transfer to UW-Madison. North Central Technical College. We're ready when you are.
Hey friends, Bella Friday here, and I am joined by Brian Gottlieb today from Jacuzzi Bath Remodel. Brian, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Bella.
So tell me, what are some of the most common reasons that people are updating their bath today?
It's really two reasons. Sometimes it's just for beauty. Maybe they have a tub that's really hard to clean, it's fiberglass, or it's stuck in the 70s, it's salmon or it's blue. But a whole nother reason is for safety. Some people have a tough time stepping over their bathtub and really can't take a shower safely, and that's a real important reason to change it.
And what makes the jacuzzi shower system so special?
So Jacuzzi's been around for over 60 years, and if you've ever interacted with a Jacuzzi brand product, you know they know how to make water feel really good. So imagine a whole line of showers and baths with that same experience. And Jacuzzi's brought beautiful colors and textures and hardware choices, and everything's done in a day, and it's just a lovely shower system.
And how does someone choose the right jacuzzi shower for their home?
Somebody from Team Jacuzzi Bath Remodel will come to your home. All the shopping happens at home. It's nice and convenient. And they'll bring all kinds of wall samples with them. They'll bring all the choices that you want to make so you can actually put it into your bathroom and see what it's going to look like. They even design it on an iPad so you can see what your bathroom will look like when it's finished. It's a great experience.
Yeah, it really sounds like an amazing experience. Yep. And you only use employees, you don't use subs.
We do. Yeah, we think that's just a better customer experience. So if we say we're going to be at your home at 7:30 on a Tuesday, we're going to show up because they're employees and we get to control the schedule.
Jacuzzi Bath Remodel has some very exciting offers. Take a look.
Now more than ever, it's important to have a safe and functional shower, and Team Tundraland is here to help. In addition to special pricing that we've put together, we will waive all installation costs on any new bath or shower project, and we will postpone all of your payments for 2 full years. Together, as a community, we'll get through this. Please know that Tundraland is here to help you. Call 1-800-TUNDRALAND or visit tundraland.com today.
This portion of News Watch 12 is brought to you by Kitchen Bath Mart.
Welcome back. Jeff, we got some content for today's news shows, starting with a national ammo shortage and how that's affecting sport shops, Mel's Trading Post in particular, and gun owners. That'll be interesting. Plus, the YMCA of the Northwoods is doing their annual Stuff the Bus campaign, which gets school supplies for students in need. This year, it looks a little different. We'll have more on that later. Plus, remember those melted bleachers I mentioned? Well, we will hear from the superintendent in Phillips for a status update on those bleachers. What's happening in Weatherland?
And gun deer season is not that far away with the ammo shortage.
No, it's not.
All right, so weather-wise, Paul wants to take Max one real quick and see. We have scattered showers and a couple of storms out there right now. They will linger into tonight and be back tomorrow evening. These could produce some heavy rainfall this evening. They'll go away for many hours tomorrow, followed by another threat for some severe weather tomorrow night. It's going to be kind of a bumpy 24 to 36 hours around
All right,
here.
well, thank you so much, Jeff. Jeff will have more for you at 5 and 6, and we'll see you tomorrow on Up North at 4.